What can college seniors specifically expect to see when they go to apply for jobs this coming spring?
Okay, well, there's no getting around it that it is going to be a tight market because, of course, we're in a very unusual economic situation. But we do have so much going for us, and as long as we remember those things, that our seniors are so well prepared, probably because, for example, in this discipline, the things that you get to do as hands-on is going to be experience for people, and so that's going to be something that they'll have going for them. There are certain jobs that are still available. The accounting is looking for people. Of course, the health field is still very, very big, and it's going to be going on. So those will be opportunities, and I think as long as our seniors remember that if they are flexible and willing to move to where some of the opportunities are, plus also keeping in mind that they are liberal arts students, which means that they can wear a ton of different hats. You know, they can use those writing skills, analytical skills, the things that you need in almost any job that you're going to do. And so those will always be in demand. And as long as they're patient and flexible and keep in mind they've got a lot to offer.
So a lot of the students here, they have the liberal arts on their side, like you said.
Yes.
Are there any particular strategies that you, as a professional in career services, can give them that may help upcoming graduates whenever they go to apply for these jobs?
Sure. One thing is to make sure that their resume is absolutely as professional as it can be. And we always, of course, invite them to come up and visit the Career Center to do that. But they want to remember that there are certain things that go on a resume. There's absolutely no right or wrong way to write a resume, but there are certain things that should be put on, and the placement is very important. So they'll want to take advantage of that knowledge so that they do a good job of presenting that, because that's kind of like their first impression before their first impression. So that's one thing they'll want to do. They'll want to be sure that their interviewing skills are up to par, so that when they do get that offer for an interview, that they can do a good job and present themselves well, so that they can showcase all these skills that they're going out there with. And to make sure that they don't just depend on ads in the newspaper, but realize that networking is such an important thing. Most jobs are found by knowing people who know of an opening that's coming up, or perhaps that somebody's going to be leaving, and they'll know that there's going to be something available. So keeping in touch, making sure everybody knows that you're looking, those are important things to remember.
Right. We were talking before that the market isn't what it was a year ago or 2 years ago, so it's hard to ignore the reports that unemployment has hit above 8% now. Should seniors be wary about applying for jobs? Is there need for, panic's a severe word to use, but is there need for that kind of wariness, or are there still grounds for some optimism for the seniors now?
Absolutely grounds for optimism. But I think the word is not wary, it should be aware. I think that they should be aware of the situation, and so that they don't think they're just being rejected on their own, the basis of their own skills, or that something's wrong with them. If they're aware that that's a tight situation and it's going to take some time, and that they're going to need to make some adjustments in the way they look for jobs, especially, as I said before, being willing to relocate, that kind of thing, that's what they need to keep in mind. But also lots of optimism. I really think that there's, you can't be here forever. So as long as they're willing to use those skills in other ways to build upon what they'll go for in the future, I think will be what they should keep in mind.
Right. We talked about networking before, and not just relying on the ads in the newspaper. Are there still an abundance of job fairs? There's WestPACs, there's other ones. Are there still an abundance of those as seniors go out and apply despite the times right now?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, the big one that we're involved in is WestPACs, and it's on April 1st. So we encourage students to go to that. Make sure that in fact, I sent a reminder out to remind everybody to bring their good suits and their interviewing shoes back from break with them, so that they wouldn't be caught short, because it's April 1st, and I believe it's 10 to 3, if I'm not mistaken. And so that's a big job fair. I believe at this point we have something like 120 employers who are going to be there. So that's certainly, makes it worthwhile for students to take the time to go to attend that. And so that's something they'll want to be sure to do. And there are other job fairs around, of course, that they'll want to be aware of. But this is kind of a big one.
Quickly, how do you feel that the unemployment rate is affecting these new hires? Do you feel that the students really need to really put themselves out there at this point in time as opposed to graduates from a couple years ago?
Oh, certainly. You can't get away from it. It's a fact. Everybody knows it's a fact that it's a tougher market out there.
Right.
So as long as they're aware and realize it's going to take some time and that they need to be able to actually showcase what they can do for somebody, what can they offer that company? And a lot of companies are in need now because they've had to pare down. So knowing that you can get somebody who would have skills that you need to be an asset to your company is going to be what they're looking for. So as long as students can still sell themselves, they have the background to go for it, they'll probably be okay, but they
Right.
certainly should be aware that it's not going to be that easy this time.